All right, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you're staying trouble free where you're at. So, to me, this starts the countdown. Is it going to be today, being the 6th? Is it going to be the 9th? Or is it going to be the 12th? Because 369, right, Tesla, the next naturally occurring number in that sequence would be 12, right? So, don't know. But so this goes back to what I was saying before with, the brain and the universe, and all this comes from thought, and we probably existed as planets at one time. Or maybe that all happened in the twinkle of an eye, just poof, the planets, and we came from them. Don't know. But this is a song by the band Rush on the album Permanent Waves. And the title is Entre Nous. French, huh? I don't label like I said, I don't make none of this stuff up. I just see it. But here's some of the lyrics. We are planets to each other, drifting in our orbits to a brief eclipse, alone and yet together like two passing ships. So are we drifting towards that brief eclipse on the 12th? Don't know. Which again would put that on a Wednesday, I believe, as well. I'm not sure, but to me it doesn't matter. All right, so now this song I've known for a long time. That isn't exactly how I formed my opinion on how the planets came to be and whatnot. That just came through other stuff. But when it comes to like E for Enterprise and stuff like that, if you've ever seen this movie, they call it a romantic comedy. I'm into comedies, not much into the romance type movies. I'm more into sci-fi, as you know. But my girlfriend at the time wanted to see this, and there's a thing in here where they're going over anagrams and the letters. So I already had my own opinion formed about Earth and Enterprise, both being E, but watching this, it just kind of confirmed it, right? So in a lot of this stuff, you just get confirmations. You don't get the knowledge, if you will. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain that. Just like time running backwards. It's very hard to confirm that kind of stuff unless you just look at a very objective lens. Like I mentioned once on a video, the SR-71 Blackbird is the most incredible military aircraft we've made, but that was designed way at the late 50s, early 60s, and nothing compares to it today. So, that would be like advanced technology versus what we have today. I don't know. So we have, like I said, the three destructions of Troy. They probably fall on the same timeline as the Statue of Liberty because it has its own three sets of key dates. And we had on this continent, the U.S., we had our three solar eclipses. So, for me, that's just more confirmation of what I'm seeing there, just like the conquistadors going home, right? Everything going in reverse. So, that's just more of it. Because I don't know if I just showed this or not. That would be the three different versions of Troy, the different years. And I'm sure there's a way to break down these time spans and make them match in here some way, as well as the three different eclipses. I haven't gone through all that because personally I don't need to go through all that. I just see what I see. Now another one that comes to us, and this one I find interesting, this particular episode of Star Trek Next Generation is called The Inner Light. And basically what happens is the Enterprise comes across a probe that using a beam goes into Picard's brain, and he lives out an entire lifetime, complete with children, grandchildren, the whole nine yards. He lives an entire lifetime on this planet. Hang on. Sorry about that. I had to take a phone call. I wasn't expecting an interruption at lunchtime in the middle of this. But anyhow, he lives an entire lifetime passed out. So when the probe engages with him, it causes him to go unconscious, and he spends the next approximately 30 minutes laid out on the floor of the Enterprise. And he like I said, he lives out this entire lifetime. And then the probe lets go, he comes to, and like I said, he's only missing about 30 minutes of his real time, but he has the memories of an entire planet, let's say, that he spent a lifetime on. That is a very interesting episode. Like I said, there's a lot. I know, and I know some of them are corny because, when they're trying to, ad lib, if you will. I guess that's what it is. There's a plot behind this that symbolically represents kind of, I think, what we do here. I think that's why we meet the people that we do, because it's all done from thought and memory. So we're probably bringing all this with us into the next world, so to speak. Not real sure there. Like I said, I don't try to guess at anything. It's one of those things you either know or you don't know. And then things happen, just like we're seeing with Iran and China, the reversal of the, other wars. It just, to me, that's just all confirmation of the stuff that I see, because I hear it all the time. I have so many people tell me, well, that's just what you think you know. Well, it's only it's just like anybody else. They're entitled to their opinion, but when it actually starts playing out on the world stage, just like the whole Euphrates River, right? It's a river over there, but it plays out here. And I don't remember, I should have looked that up and screenshotted it. There was something in the script about, the Euphrates River drying up, and it allowed the armies to cross from one side to the other, the east to the west. Well, we see that play out again with the thing going on in Spain. But when they shut down the visitor center and the road that goes across the dam, no one can get from the east to the west on that path anymore. So, I don't know, just some more weird stuff for today. So like I said, to me, the clock is ticking. We may have to go to that eclipse. We may not have to. Like I said, it's hard for me to look down the road when I just live one day at a time. So I don't count on too many days going by ever. But some more Scott zaniness for the day. All right, I love you all. Take care. Bye bye.